The BTEC Animal Care course has been developed to provide an engaging introduction to the animal care sector for learners. It's a subsector of the land-based industry and it's really important for the UK economy. Learners will study animal health, which is externally assessed via a written exam paper, as this knowledge is essential for caring for animals. Learners will also develop their safe animal handling skills, which is vital in order to effectively care for animals. Okay, there are 4 units which learners will study during this course. One is Unit 1, which is the animal health, and it is essential for looking at the good health of animals and being able to spot ill health. We'll be looking at common diseases, their causes, transmission and treatment, and also any signs of parasites and how we treat parasites in animals. So that's Unit 1. Unit 2 is based on animal handling. So we'll understand how to handle those animals safely using restraint techniques. And we have to be able to demonstrate that we can do that. So we'll be using the animals that we have at Smithell School to study those techniques. Then learners will have an opportunity to study 2 further modules. One is called Unit 3, Animal Welfare, Unit 4, Animal Housing and Accommodation, and Unit 5, Principles of Animal Behaviour.
Hi Year 8, I'm here to talk to you about selecting citizenship as a GCSE. If you are wondering what this subject is all about, you will be looking at big questions such as is this country doing the right thing leaving the EU? Brexit, looking at issues of democracy. Do you think that 18-year-olds should be allowed to have a say in what happens in our country? We will also be looking at laws, rights and responsibilities, as well as looking at human rights. If you're looking at the difference between REP, which is the religion, ethics and philosophy, and citizenship, I can give you a brief overview. With the RE, you're looking more of the sort of big questions in the world. We're looking at the existence of God, philosophy, moral dilemmas, such as should we be able to take the right and support others in ending their lives. We're looking at the debate behind abortion. We're also looking at the importance of life after death and what this means for different religious believers. You will have had an experience of RE already, but if you would like any more further information regarding citizenship, please come and see me. Thank you.
Art is a subject that develops creativity and provides students the ability to express themselves. We've got a range of different art disciplines which include illustration, graphics, printmaking, textiles and photography through themes that have self-negotiated outcomes. Students are taught a range of different techniques and skills using a range of media, allowing them to experiment as well as develop their own ideas. There are 2 elements of assessment to the course. The first will be a portfolio of work, which is selected from all the work produced throughout the course and is equivalent to 6% of the overall grade. The second assessment will be a controlled test, which will be a standalone assignment. There's a 10-hour exam included in this and the overall is worth 40% of the overall grade. Future opportunities to the course will prepare students to go into either A-level or careers and self-employment, such as art therapists, teachers, community arts workers, journalists, graphic designers, fashion, gallery, museum management.
If you've ever fancied taking on the Dragons, if you think you could beat Lord Sugar, if you think you could make millions like these business people, if you have lots of money-making ideas and want to be successful, this course could be for you. BTEC Level 2 in Enterprise and Business is an engaging, fun course to learn about the world of work and the way that businesses operate. The course will involve you pitching and planning your own business ideas. It's about working and learning with real-life businesses. There is a lot of coursework involved, and if you're really good at producing high quality work in lessons, then this course could be for you. We are planning to make this course fun, engaging, and are planning to go on lots of trips.
I'm here to tell you why you should choose computer science as one of your options. Computer science offers rewarding and challenging possibilities for all pupils, regardless of your route. It involves developing your skills in solving complex problems using your imagination and creativity.
Computer science is part of just about everything that touches our lives in every day. Whether that be from the cars we drive, from the movies we watch, or even the ways businesses and governments communicate with one another. Having computer science and studying it gives a necessary skill set for young people in the 21st century. Whether you want to be a game designer, a web developer, a cybersecurity expert, studying computer science will make sure that you have these skills and that you're able to do it. Computer science jobs are among the highest paid, and the demand for computer scientists is ever increasingly, especially for females within the industry. This makes the studying of computer science at GCSE a very appealing prospect for your future opportunities.
Think about this. Was Google, Facebook or Twitter around 20 years ago? Was sat-nav or virtual reality? What will the world be like in another 20 or 30 years? Will we have driverless cars, delivery drones from Amazon or even virtual schools? There are endless opportunities out there for computer scientists, in jobs that don't even exist yet. Your knowledge and skills need to be future-proof.
The people who are going to shape and code our future are you. What could you create for our future? If you want to make a positive difference in this world, study computer science.
GCSE Dance is studied here at Smithil School as an option. It is a powerful and expressive subject which encourages students to develop their creative, physical, emotional and intellectual capacity, whatever their previous experience in the subject is. The study of the dance anthology, which is 6 professional works that are current, will develop their abilities to critically appreciate and appraise professional dance works and provide it as a springboard for engaging in practical tasks. Students over the course will study 2 set phrases and perform them. They'll create and perform a performance piece, and above all create and perform a piece of choreography that is set against a stimulus from the exam board. So the assessment in GCSE Dance is mainly coursework based, so it's 60% coursework and 40% written paper. The course itself leads on to post-16 study of A-level dance, BTEC performing arts, which then leads on to professional studies either at a private dance college or universities.
Why take GCSE drama? This year we have 2 different pathways, so we have the performance pathway and the production pathway. I'll talk about the performance pathway first. So that will be in acting. You will have 3 components, just as you will in the production pathway. Component 1, you will study and explore 3 different plays. This year we've done a verbatim piece by Mark Wheeler, we've done Teachers by John Godber, and our final play that we are looking at is Metamorphosis, which is originally written by Franz Kafka but has been adapted by Splendid Productions. So you study the 3 plays, you study them practically, and then you will create either a PowerPoint or a piece of writing or a vlog or a blog based on those plays, and that is your component 1. Component 2 is just purely a performance unit. You will perform a play and you will create a logbook that goes alongside that. And for component 3, it's an external exam, whereas the previous 2 components are internally assessed and externally marked. Component 3 is an external exam. We are provided with a brief by the exam board. They decide on the brief that year, and we create a practical piece in groups to that brief, and it will be a devised piece in contrast to the scripted performances which we've looked at in components 1 and 2. For the production pathway, it's the same 3 components. You will study the same 3 plays, but you will do them from the speciality that you are looking at, whether that is lighting, set design, sound, makeup, and you will look at all of those different elements, and then you will choose one specific thing to look at in your logbook and your PowerPoint or your vlog, etc. And then when it comes to component 2, you will again pick your specialism, lighting, sound, makeup, costume, etc., and you will provide the support to the actors when they are performing. And for component 3, you create a presentation for the brief that's been set by the exam board.
Hello, I've invited some of our Year 10 and 11 pupils to describe what they've studied during GCSE Geography this year.
We began Year 10 Geography by looking at what makes the United Kingdom such a distinctive landscape. We explored the beauty and majesty of the English Lake District and how its mountains and lakes have attracted thousands of tourists to our countryside. We investigated how this large numbers of visitors can be managed sustainably to protect the landscape from harm.
Our rivers and coastlines are a key battleground against the powers of erosion and deposition. It is these processes which led to the formation of waterfalls and meanders. At the coastline, we can study how the power of the oceans is destroying our communities and measures we can use to manage it sustainably. One of the biggest challenges in Britain in the 21st century is the hazard and expense of widespread flooding in our towns and cities, and the measure that can be put in place to address this.
To understand the urban environment, we have chosen to study 2 global cities. Manchester is a large, vibrant city close to our school, and we compare it with
the fast-growing megacity of Mumbai, which is found in India. Mumbai has many issues of overcrowding, which is associated with rapid urban growth in Asia and Africa.
The violent and spectacular tectonic nature of the planet is explored through volcanoes, earthquakes and tsunamis in diverse settings such as Indonesia, Nepal and Japan. We explore the world's main climate zones, including the African savanna and the tropical rainforest in Brazil. The issues associated with extreme weather, including hurricanes and drought, are explored through recent case studies. These events are linked to the climate change and the effects this is having on the planet's atmosphere.
A major component of the course is fieldwork, which takes place in a number of different locations and contexts. Every student will carry out both physical and human pieces of fieldwork research, collecting data independently.
Depending upon the particular fieldwork task, we have carried out our pedestrian safety studies in Manchester City Centre, retail equipment in Bolton Town Centre and environmental quality bipolar analysis in sustainable settlements in Charlie.
I picked Home and Beauty because I would like to do it as a career when I leave school.
I chose Home and Beauty as one of my options because when I'm older I want to be a hair and beauty therapist. We do practical skills, we do shampooing, conditioning, learning different techniques. So we do theory work of the science of the hair, as well as personal presentation.
We learn about health and safety in a workplace.
I've become more confident, more creative, and my ICT work have gone much better, which are more transferable skills for the future.
I chose health and social care because it will help me achieve better grades for my future. I like how it's all practical and mostly research.
I like that we could learn about child development.
I like that it's like independent work.
I believe that it will get me a qualification and help me experience more.
I believe that it would help me in the future to achieve my qualifications.
Because I want to become a doctor, it will help me.
We have 4 current students of our history cohort here to tell you about why they chose to do history and why they think you should do history as well.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I chose to study history because I have enjoyed the subject since I started doing it in Year 7. I find things such as Hitler's rise to power and the changes in health and medicine in Britain very interesting. Also, the skills I learn in history will be transferable so I can use them in later life.
Studying history gives you the skill of analysis, which is vital in all aspects of life. As well as this, it allows you to prioritise information, which is also very important for anything you do in life really. As well as this, studying history doesn't just give a student a skill set, but it also keeps career options open and allows you to experiment and see really what you want to do with your life.
And now Ethan, Claire, Carla and Jamie will tell us about 4 topics they're particularly interested in looking forward to studying over the next 2 years.
We're currently learning in Year 10 about Germany in transition, which is about the Weimar Republic and the problems surrounding that. Hitler persuaded the German people through mass rallies, and he used terror to scare the German people into voting.
I'm Carla, and some of my favourite subjects in history would be the civil rights movement and development of the USA. An example of the civil rights movement would have been the Montgomery bus boycott. This was where Rosa Parks refused to move from her seat for a white person. Martin Luther King himself was in charge of the boycott, and it lasted for roughly a year. This is where he called upon black people to refuse to use the bus service.
Okay, so one of the subjects I'm really looking forward to studying this year in Year 10 is the Elizabethan Age, which lasted between 1558 and 1603.
I am most looking forward to studying changes in health and medicine in Britain because I feel it links to a variety of other topics into one broad study of history with a particular focus on Britain.
Assalamu alaikum. English is no longer enough. Learning additional language is essential.
At Smithills, you don't just learn the language you're studying, you learn about different cultures in countries where the language is spoken.
The GCSE learning course on your previous learning to develop communication and literacy skills will develop your understanding, speaking and writing through a range of topics such as lifestyle, leisure, your home, your work, the environment and your education.
Bonjour. The GCSE languages counts towards the baccalaureate, and universities look favourably on those who have studied language. After medics, linguists are the most employable graduates.
Studying language improves your employability, and people with language skills can often earn more too.
A language qualification opens up more career opportunities, such as working for a multinational company or even abroad.
Studying a foreign language can lead to work in international business, law, management, marketing, publishing and journalism. It is also very useful for living or working abroad within the travel and tourism sector.
It is now possible to combine the study of a foreign language with a multitude of degree courses at university to support careers. For example, in science and engineering, which increasingly operate in a world market.
Did you know French is the official language in 29 countries around the world, and France has the second largest economy in Europe?
Over 300 Britain's top employees believe that learning additional language is an advantage, and they even pay more money to those with language skills. Learning a language keeps your brain in shape, and is proven to be one of the most effective and practical ways to improve intelligence.
Businesses are going to struggle to recruit linguists after we leave the European Union, and people with language skills are going to become even more valued and sought out.
So there you go, being able to speak another language is very useful, makes you more employable and opens the world for you to explore beyond Bolton.
And did we mention the lessons of fun? Juicy.
Alpha.
So in music we offer two courses at Key Stage 4. So we've got the BTEC Award in Music Practice. It's a practical introduction to life and work in the music industry. There are three areas that you explore. You explore the music industry, you learn about the different roles within the music industry, investigate relationships between different areas of the music industry in the first component. The next component is where you're developing your musical skills, so you're reflecting on what you've learned in component 1, looking at how you can improve those skills. You're going to look at a specific job role that you're interested in and explore the skills that you need to fulfil that, and then you apply those skills and techniques in a performance or a creation or a production based upon the job role that you choose. So it can be technical, or it could be performance related, or it could be composition related, depending on your strengths. The final component is basically respond to a brief that has been set by the exam board. And again, you can choose to be a composer, performer, or the production side of it, and you choose one of those areas and you explore the brief, and then you come up with your own responses and ideas. All the work that you do can be presented in a variety of ways. It could be written, it could be through the use of IT, PowerPoints, etc., or it could actually be vlogs, blogs, audio recordings of your work. The GCSE in music, very similar, it covers all the same sort of areas. There are three components to that. So you have the listening and appraisal, where you explore different styles and genres of music. The second component is where you're looking at practical, so your performance skills. So you will perform on an instrument or sing, and you produce pieces, and that's 30% of the course. Then you compose pieces of music. You compose two pieces of music. One is set by the exam board, and again that's 30%. And there is a final appraisal exam at the end, which is 40% of the exam, where you put in all your skills that you've learned about different styles of music into practice at the end of the exam.
Studying religion, ethics and philosophy to GCSE is beneficial for a number of reasons. It will give you a deeper understanding of how and why people in society think and act in the way they do. It will help you develop your reasoning skills, which can support your progress in a huge number of subjects, especially beyond GCSE. You have already practiced GCSE skills in Year 7, 8 and 9. and you will get the opportunity to further develop your social, moral and spiritual and cultural well-being as we use the group work skills from Session Zero to help support you with collaborative work.
I enjoy the most about RV is group work because it allows me to express my opinion and it also allows me to see others' opinions.
In my opinion, you should pick RE as a GCSE as in your future you could use it to get a great job such as a journalist.